Hello everyone and welcome to another live from the workshop. So today I'm going to be making another custom from Supremacy of the Cybermen. This is actually going to be a two-part custom. I will explain more about the second part in the final part of this video once I've finished the custom, but this is going to be the Sontaran Prime from Supremacy of the Cybermen. Now first things first, I would just like to give a big shout out to William Bowen for being able to sell me a classic Sontaran. They were extremely difficult to come by and I didn't want to have to buy a full set. Luckily he did me a very good deal on getting a classic Sontaran, so big thank you to him. Without him this video would not be possible. So the Sontaran Prime, for those who don't know Supremacy of the Cybermen, is a Sontaran who is relatively unique in terms of Cybermen, although I actually think the term used in the episode is in the comic strip is original, and he appears as, although he appears in charge of new series Cybermen, he has a classic kind of outfit, and he is quite big, quite imposing, and he's also got a beard, which is going to be very interesting to sculpt. Obviously, as you can see, I've already made some small changes and starts to the figure. I've taken off all of his sort of elbow pads, knee pads. They easily just slip off and I'm easily going to put those back on. I have taken off the neck segment because it would have been difficult to build the beard over the top of that. So what I've done is just simply, I need to just outline that again whilst I'm doing it here. What I've done here is literally just add on the milliput to make the tunic stand out a bit more, and then I've sanded down the top so when the head sits on there I'll be able to just sculpt on the beard over the top. But first things first, obviously, as always, is doing the painting, so let's get straight on to that. And here is my finished Sontaran Prime. So I'm not going to pick it up because he is unfortunately slightly unsteady on his feet. Not because his feet are uneven, but because the cloak at the back is actually quite heavy, so he's having to lean forward slightly, so I worry that if I move him, he is going to fall over. But yeah, really pleased with how this came out. Now, again, I might have mentioned this at the start. It's been a while since I recorded the start of this video to where I'm recording now. This is possibly part 1 of part 2, because those who know Supremacy of the Cybermen will be aware that the Sontaran Prime sits in a huge throne type thing, and he's only got his left leg, his right one he doesn't have, and the cloak is more sort of like a big display at the back of him. Now, I considered making the throne, but it was just something that at the time I didn't have the space to do it, and I think it would make a great display piece, so I may do it in future, but I don't have any plans to, just because, as I said, you know, it will take up a lot of space, and as much as I love the design of the Sontaran Prime scene in Supremacy of the Cybermen, I think this standing version, let's call him, I still think works brilliantly well and really does look the part. So obviously overall it is a classic Sontaran figure. I think it was Lynx, I want to say. I could be wrong. Yeah, so it is a classic Sontaran figure. The cape is actually from a Sycorax figure, and then all I've done for that is literally just cut around the collar part of the Sycorax and then glued it onto the back of the figure of here. The epaulets, the shoulder guards, are just made of card that I have just painted up the same blue as the boots. The belt is just, again, sculpted on with Milliput, and also the beard is sculpted on with Milliput, literally just using lots of little sort of slugs, as it were, to just sort of line it up, have an overall base, beard shape basically, and then just overlap and line these on the top. And then obviously, you know, I've repainted his head and his hands, and that's basically it. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the figure for this, and I think it looks great. But I really have to question, and I don't know if the BBC are going to be watching this video. Most likely not. But I have to say, this would be amazing to have in the show. Just the classic outfit, but then with the sort of contrast between the blue and the red. And I mean, really just imagine if this guy, Sontaran Prime, if this appeared on the show. It would be absolutely fantastic, and it would be great to hark back to the classic Sontarans in a way, you know, this guy, you know, could have been in charge of one of the classic Sontaran fleets, or, you know, maybe, for all we know, imagine if this, I don't know how they would do it, they'd have to retcon something, but imagine if this guy turned out to be Lynx, or one of the other classic Sontarans. He never actually, you know, he didn't die, he did survive, and he became the Sontaran Prime. It would be absolutely fantastic, and I would love to see this in the show. Full credit to writers, designers for coming up with this idea. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and I really hope the BBC decide to do something like this. In future. I wouldn't want to see this as a kind of standard Sontaran colour scheme, you know, with the blue and the grey. It does look great, and I love the blue and the grey look, but I really think that this would be better off as a single Sontaran, just to really make him stand out more, you know, really, as the Doctor says in, the 10th Doctor says in Supremacy of the Cybermen, an original Cybermen, unique, you know, it really makes a statement, and it really stands out as a fact if he really was just as he is here. But yes, that is my Sontaran Prime custom. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, favorite, subscribe, share, it really helps me out a lot, and be sure to check out the description below for a link to my Patreon. There is an exclusive webcomic and rewards for people who support it, and the funding generated by my Patreon helps me fund future videos. I salute you all, and I will see you with another video very soon.